Brother lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. These are my player ratings. Arsenal 3, Bournemouth 2. Beautiful performance, good game. That was one of the best we've seen in this season, and I think we will see more from Arsenal. We'll see more in the Premier League. That is the beauty of the Premier League. It never ceases to give us some kind of goodness. But of course, we're gonna be doing our player ratings, marking every player out of 10. Let me know in the comment box below which player was the best for you on the pitch, which player was the worst for you on the pitch as well. Hit the like button, subscribe to the podcast as well. Let's get this video to 300 likes. Now let's start off with Aaron Ramsdale, who I thought didn't have a lot to do in this game, and I said it that in such kind of games, your goalkeeper Ramsdale, Ederson, depending on the goalkeeper, he's never gonna have a lot to do. But there are gonna be those moments, 2, 3, 4, 5 moments where he's called into action, and the big question is, can he respond? Now, if you might have actually missed the moment, but he made a very crucial save in the second half against Dominic Solanke. If Solanke scores that goal, I think Bournemouth got 3 goals to nil up. That is game over. I've not seen a club that wins 4-3 after losing, going down 3-0. I've not seen that. So Ramsdale, for me, that save actually is very, very crucial for us, and that's why I'll give him an 8 out of 10. The first goal, could he have done a little bit better? I do not think, and the reason is I think it's Gabriel who makes a mess of it. He makes a mess of that ball, and Ramsdale doesn't think it's gonna drop for Philip Billing, and the moment that ball drops for Philip Billing, Ramsdale, it is a little bit too late. And that's why I don't blame him for the first goal. The second goal, the header, that is Thomas Partey's duty, and I'm very, very happy that Thomas Partey got onto the score sheet and scored a goal for us, right? Because for me, I don't understand how Senesi is hitting the ball without any opposition, without any fight. Partey is already beaten, and I don't think Ramsdale has anything to do with the second goal or even the first goal. So for me, the save is what actually stands out, and it's the reason as to why we walk away with 3 points. It's the reason as to why we don't go 3-0 down. Beautiful save, good performance from Aaron Ramsdale, and I also liked his distribution. There were a couple of times where he was very, very fast, trying to look for the runners, the wide runners, and also he's calm on the ball. Even when we were a goal down, or even two goals down, he was very, very calm. He was not making those mistakes that the likes of Alisson and Ederson always make when they're under pressure. So I loved it. I love the performance from Aaron Ramsdale. 8 out of 10. I think he can improve on his game, do much better. I've already says that. But for now, I think that was a good game. Now, at right back, Tomiyasu and Ben White. Let's start off with Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu didn't have a very good first half, to be honest. But again, you've got to think about it. What exactly did he have to do? For me, maybe cross the ball a little bit, better, provide that kind of width for, Saka a little bit better as well. But I thought he tacked into the midfield very, very well, linking up with Odegaard and Saka on the right-hand side. There was nothing like a problem for Saka or for Arsenal on the right-hand side defensively. I thought Tomiyasu was okay, not good, not superb, but just okay. So I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 because he's taken off at halftime. I don't know if he has an injury, because tell you what, there is that ball that, is it Odegaard or Saka, releases for him, and he has all the time to make a cross, and he doesn't even put it right. It looks like he pulled something. I think his muscle kind of pulled, okay? So we might have to hear from Mikel Arteta tomorrow on Tomiyasu and also on Ben White as well. But in terms of playing football, I thought Tomiyasu was all right. 7 out of 10. Benjamin White, 8 out of 10. The substitute was absolutely phenomenal. Listen, there are not so many times I've talked about Ben White, and I've said he was phenomenal, he was this good or that good, but in this game, oh my word, what an impact he's had in the game. Because you look at the last goal that we scored, Ben White was literally trying to, obstruct the goalkeeper. You look at the first goal, he was trying to obstruct the goalkeeper as well, in the same manner. I don't know whether that is a role that has been assigned to him by Mikel Arteta, but it cost us in the recent game against Leicester City. It did cost us a goal, the trusted goal. But in this game, it actually came off to pay because he stands there, then he obstructs Neto. Neto's trying to punch that ball. He doesn't get enough energy on it, and Nelson pumps it, absolutely powers it into the back of the net. So Ben White, 8 out of 10. And let's go with Tomiyasu, 7 out of 10. Alexander Zinchenko in this game, absolutely everywhere. These are the games where he thrives. He loves being in possession. He loves a team in possession. And look, this is one of those other games where he literally did everything and anything in his power. You cannot actually blame him for any of the goals. You cannot blame him for whatever happened before we scored, but you can also give him a lot of credit for Arsenal being in possession, controlling the game very, very well, and trying to be the side that we were all evening. So Alexander Zinchenko, I'll go with a 7.5 out of 10. I don't think it's one of those top class performances we've always seen from him, but it was not a bad performance, was it? It was a very, very good one, okay? So let's go with a 7.5 out of 10 for Alexander Zinchenko. William Saliba, I think it was solid today. I think it was very, very solid. But this is one of the things I've said. When you look at a club like Bournemouth, Philip Billing is one of their tallest players. Dominic Solanke is one of their tallest players. Senesi is one of their tallest players. How is Partey? How is Odegaard? How are they marking, Senesi? They're marking Solanke. How? Like, how? For Christ's sake. But what I liked about William Saliba, he understood the task. He understood how difficult the task was going to be to stop this team, on the break, stopping Dominic Solanke and Philip Billing into those transitions. And I thought he actually did very, very well. And also providing the support, because you could see we played a very, very high line. That was deadly. That was very, very dangerous. When you got a goal down and you're playing a high line, it means you're exposing yourself to many more opportunities, okay? But I thought I thought Saliba was very, very solid. He had a very good tackle in the first half as well that actually kept us, in the game 1-0. So William Saliba, 7 out of 10. I'm not giving any centre back more than 7 in this game. Gabriel Magalhaes, I'll give him a 7 as well, okay? I'm going to give him a 7 as well. And the reason as well I'll give Gabriel Magalhaes a 7 is, yes, he makes a mess of that first ball and we concede. But what I liked about him is his ability to come forward, his hunger, his passion, and he was always trying to create something for us. Just listen. We might have had a penalty because Phil Billing literally holds the ball on his goal line. How that is not a penalty? Because for me, if Philip Billing is not there, you never know. Neto could have made a mess of that, all right? But it's Gabriel who heads that ball into the hands of Philip Billing. And we are not given a penalty, and we eventually win the game. So I'm going to say 7 out of 10 for Gabriel Magalhaes. I've always thought he's a good centre-back, quality centre-back. If he can cut out those mistakes, just those slight mistakes, in my opinion, he's a real player. Thomas Partey, 8 out of 10. He did make a mistake by not tracking Senesi very well. He rectified the mistake by scoring a goal that was rather more important than the goal that we conceded, than the second goal we conceded. Because for me, the moment Bournemouth score, they feel this is comfortable. We might comfortably win this. And Thomas Partey tells them, hold up, wait a minute, you are going to concede here. And when you concede, we are going to win this game. So Thomas Partey, 8 out of 10. Look, it's one of those games where you need him. Physically, they played a back five. They played a midfield four. They had tall players like Phil Billing in the midfield. You need him. And he did his role very, very well. I didn't see Arsenal in midfield being fragile. I didn't see us being very, very, peculiar. No. We were very, very strong, okay? And it's courtesy of Thomas Partey. I thought the better player to play in this game was Thomas Partey. And guess what? Partey, who never disappoints, didn't disappoint me in this game. So Partey, 8 out of 10. The goal was good. I mean, to anticipate where the ball is going to fall, that is very good. But also to keep calm and put that ball into the back of the net, that is much better as well. Because tell you what, after we score that goal, most of the chances that we had were quality chances. It's very different from the 2 chances that Martinelli had and the chance that Saka had. Because you have not yet scored, the nerves are high, the pressure is on. all our young players are hitting the ball in the roof. They're hitting the ball in the air, in the crowd. But when Thomas Partey, with his experience, 29 years of age, when he comes in, he scores that, the team settles down. You look at Odegaard is playing better. You look at all these other players are hungry to add that equalizer. And Ben White, what a goal he scored for us! What a very, very beautiful goal he scored. After Partey scored. So Partey 8 out of 10. Martin Odegaard a 9 out of 10 performance. This guy is just getting better and better and better. And I tell you what, it's one of those performances where he reminds me of players like Luka Modric. He might not score. He might not assist in a game, but when you take him out of the shape, when you take him out of the picture, it's blurry. It's purely blurry. Now, I like a captain who stands on free kicks. I like a captain who's shooting for us to get an equalizer. I like a captain who's doing whatever there is for the team to get in high spirits. He's always crowd lifting, spirit lifting the crowds, and doing all that good stuff. He's a real captain. At that age, he's 24. He's a real captain. So Martin Odegaard, 9 out of 10 performance. I like those extracurricular, activities he always does. Even off the ball, he's trying to cheer up the team, cheer up the players, cheer up the fans. He's a manager in himself on the pitch. But then I also thought that when it came to breaking through the lines, I thought he did it very, very well. I'll check with my statistics and see how many key passes he had in this game. But one of the reasons why we looked so good in possession was Martin Odegaard, 9 out of 10. Fabio Vieira in that midfield, 8 out of 10. Yes, listen to me. Not a goal scored, not an assist made. But what I liked about Fabio Vieira is the difference. He is the difference. Look, Odegaard is your number 8 box-to-box kind of guy, right? He loves to occupy those spaces, lovely ball control, lovely game control. Vieira is your number 10 kind of guy. His thoughts about finding a runner. His thoughts about finding that through pass. And he saw it so many times. I looked at him shoot on a couple of occasions, and I love that in a player. I love it when we are a goal down, or 2 goals down, or 3 goals down, and I'm looking at one of my players trying to shoot on goal, trying to create a difference, trying to create those moments for the team. I thought Fabio Vieira did very well. I don't think his performance guarantees him to start the next game, but I would love to see him start against CP. And I would love to see him start against Crystal Palace at the Emirates Stadium again. Okay, so Fabio Vieira, 8 out of 10. Saka came into the midfield. I thought Saka's performance actually a little bit elevated the team. So I'll give him a 9 out of 10 as well, because all the substitutions that came on actually gave us positive outcomes. There is no way I give Saka an average performance. No way. All right. So 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10 for Granit Xhaka. Maybe just needed that kind of refresh. And I said it in the preview. You don't need to drop him. Just give him time to refresh. Just give him time to watch the game, understand his role better. Look at a player like Fabio Vieira, and he's like, if I was in that game, I would do this instead of that. And when he comes on, he's the much better player. Going to the front three, Leandro Trossard came off early in the game. I'll give him an average 5 out of 10. Not because he played poorly, but I think that the game was not actually affected by the time he went off. So 5 out of 10. Emil Smith-Rowe, assist for Partey. It's one of those where I'm not going to be too harsh on Emil, and I'm not going to be too lenient. Now, he's coming back from injury, a groin injury, and he's been out for a very, very long time, okay? But I thought he affected the game somehow. So 7 out of 10 for Emil Smith-Rowe. No debate about that. Don't comment about that. No debate, okay? REISS Nelson then comes on for Emil Smith-Rowe. The manager is trying to protect Emil, and I loved it, okay? REISS Nelson comes on, and he changes the game. Man of the match performance, right? I think, look, the only difference he brought to the team was, how about we go direct? How about we put those balls directly into the penalty area? How about we shoot direct on goal? And I loved it, okay? 10 out of 10 for REISS Nelson. I don't think there was a better player on that pitch in terms of decisiveness than him. no other player. Gabriel Martinelli had a couple of chances, didn't score. I thought his decision making was a little bit bad because when it was 1-1, he had a chance where he had run on goal. Saka played him in, and he gets onto the penalty area. Saka is making an overlapping run. Odegaard is also arriving in the penalty area, and Fabio Vieira is free in space. And he decides to go for glory. I didn't like it. 7 out of 10 for Gabriel Martinelli. He's playing in that kind of new role where most of us have not actually seen him for a very, very long time. So I'll give him a 7 out of 10. Bukayo Saka, let him cook. He's always cooking. Like, he's literally always cooking. I looked at that pass he gave Gabriel Martinelli, and Martinelli wasted the chance. I looked at him trying to do everything. He's on set piece duties. He's trying to beat players 1v1. Actually, I thought he had a lot of freedom in the first half than in the second half. In the second half, we didn't play much on the right hand side. We played much on the left hand side, especially when REISS Nelson came into the game. But Saka had an 8 out of 10 performance. Like, he doesn't stop running, he doesn't stop thinking, and he doesn't stop troubling the opponents. Mikel Arteta, the substitutions guarantee him a 10 out of 10, but I thought the initial tactics were not good. Like, the initial tactics were, I thought we were going to play the same way we played against Everton. Overload one side, and when they cope up with that, overload the other side. But we let Saka be isolated, Trossard and Martinelli as well, or isolated on either flank. I don't think we actually did very well in terms of general tactics, but the substitutions and the in-game tactics as well, they were good. They were really, really good. So Mikel gets a 9 out of 10 from me tonight. He gets a 9 out of 10. Hit the like button, subscribe to me on the 90 More podcast and on Cossy's Arsenal podcast as well, and let me know your player ratings in the comment box below.